So take a good look around your fleeting thoughts, the buzz of your brain waves, your roller coaster emotions, and yes, even those secret daydreams about your perfect romantic getaway with your specific person, especially when you're trying to manifest a loving relationship. So each piece of this elaborate puzzle, from the whisper of your thoughts to the tangible reality of the world that you touch, is not just part of your experience, it's an outright expression of who you are at your core. And who you are at your core is sometimes what we call the God self, consciousness, awareness, love. So here's the thing. If everything around you, including the size of longing and the mental images of that ideal partner, including your perfect ideal thoughts about them or worrisome thoughts of not being loved, emotions like loneliness, feeling abandoned or neglected, or your own mind, whatever is happening in your own mind is already a manifestation, how can they generate or manifest anything new? It's like expecting a shadow to cast another shadow. So how can one manifestation generate, create, or cause another manifestation? Every nuance of your life and the so-called internal landscape is a creation of your own making, meaning from your own awareness. So many teachings in this realm of manifestation get this twisted. They push the notion that you can use one figment or fragment of your manifested world, like those nightly visualizations or heartfelt affirmations, to conjure up, cause, create something else. This reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of where the real magic of creation lies. So techniques like visualization, affirmations, or scripting are not magical wands in their own right. They're more like training wheels. They don't create desires in your reality out of thin air. But yeah, they can help steer your conscious, awareness to align with the essence of who you are really after, or what you're really after. So remember, they are not the creators of your reality. So just stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to unpack how your mind, which you might think is the big boss of manifestation, is really just a bit player. And you can see that it's also a manifestation. It's also a concept. So it's all going down in my guided pauses, where experience naturally trumps theory. And hey, if you want to dive deeper, I have my mini experiences linked below in the description box, or you can find me at hello@anilareddy.com for one-on-one coaching sessions. So here's the thing. You hold all the cards. You are the power. So the old I am spiel isn't just catchy, it's the cornerstone of reality. When you affirm I am loved or I am in a fulfilling relationship, that's not really a pep talk. That's your awareness, your I am, that's pulling these experiences into your orbit. So why this fuss over this distinction? Because it pivots the whole game from fiddling with external props to tapping into your internal, this experience of awareness. And if you get this, you won't waste another minute scouring the horizon for happiness. And those manifestation techniques, they are not your fairy godmother's wands, but just tools to sharpen your focus if you need it, and helping you paint your intentions clearly on this vast canvas of awareness. So let's demystify the old school of manifestation a little bit, okay? So when you dive into any classical manifestation technique, like affirmation, scripting, visualization, guess what? You are not pulling rabbits out of hats. No, you're doing something far more interesting, simple, and yet profound. You are recognizing and aligning with experiences that are already playing hide and seek within the vast ground of your awareness. You are already aligning or returning or resting in your awareness. So take, for instance, the act of visualizing a candlelit dinner with your specific person. You are not scripting a new romantic flick with this person. Instead, what's happening is you are tapping into the love and connection that already exists within your own cosmic inventory, within your own awareness. It's not about manufacturing these feelings, this special scene with the fancy footwork of your mind. No, it's about acknowledging their presence and giving them a nod to step into the spotlight of your reality. So this is why you've heard the saying, or people say, that all desires are already met when you tune into your true nature as awareness. Because from this vantage point where you and your desires are not two but one, manifesting becomes as natural as breathing. You realize that it's already happening anyway. Now you're not chasing love, you're living it, recognizing it as a core part of your being and watching it unfold effortlessly in your life. So just let's cut through the usual fluff about manifestation tools. Manifestation tools or techniques are simply starter kits. Sure, affirmations, visualization, scripting, they're like training wheels on your first bike. Handy at first, especially when you feel a bit wobbly about your true nature, or just kicking off your journey towards manifesting that dream relationship. But these techniques set up the, whether you say right mental vibe, the right state, kind of like arranging the furniture to make the place feel more homey for your desires to move in. But let's be honest, turning these techniques into a daily grind can start feeling like a marathon with no finish line. And that's exhausting. That's why in my videos, like the pause, rest, experience video, you've seen me just share a process about with a lighter touch, where you can just use them once and then get on with your life. So as you get cozy with your true self and which is awareness, you'll find that you may not need these crutches anymore. When you're truly resting in awareness, which is your true nature, you realize that you're already complete. Your essence covers all bases, love included. There's no separation between you and your heartfelt desires. They're already mingling within your vast awareness. And from this realization, well, manifestation turns from an effort to a natural occurrence. It's no longer about pulling rabbits out of hats, but simply recognizing that the rabbit was part of the hat all along. So your reality just starts mirroring the wholeness of your awareness, of your true self, seamlessly reflecting a life where love and fulfillment are not just visitors. It's who you are, and you are a permanent resident. So once you truly sink into who you are, beyond the surface ripples of daily life, those manifestation tools you've clung to, they become more like old mementos, than necessities. You find yourself living out the full spectrum of your true nature effortlessly, without needing to constantly remind yourself through techniques or rituals. So, when you manifest from this place of awareness, your true self, it feels more like breathing than striving. There's no tug of war between longing and having. Instead, life flows seamlessly, each moment naturally unfolding from your deepest truth, which is awareness. So it's like dancing without worrying about the next step. You're just in the rhythm, you're just flowing. So while those manifestation aids, tools, techniques are great for getting your feet wet, they are just the entrance to the real party. So as you dwell more in your true nature, those tools might just gather dust. Why? Because you're living in a vibrant state of fulfillment, which is who you truly are. Your desires aren't something you chase. They're continuously manifesting as natural expressions of your innate wholeness, your recognition of your true nature, which is awareness. So this is not about reaching a peak or crossing a finish line. It's about recognizing that you are the landscape, the mountains, valley, and everything in between. So to dive deeper into how the mind, with all of its thoughts, memories, and clever ideas, is not your enemy or something to be controlled, but a manifestation of your expansive awareness, here are some guided pause questions I've cooked up. I've even attached a play sheet, which is nothing but a worksheet, but it's not really work, so that's why I'm calling it a play sheet. So you can play with the questions I'm about to give you. Don't feel pressure to answer right or wrong way. Just notice where the questions are pointing you to. Think of them as your mental GPS to navigate the inner terrain, helping you to see the mind not as an outsider you need to control, but as an integral part of your own vast awareness, not separate from the awareness, and that it is arising from this awareness. So let's investigate this mind. So just sit wherever you're comfortable and ask yourself, well, what exactly is this mind? Can you pinpoint its location? Is there actually a tangible thing called the mind? Or are you observing a parade of thoughts and sensations that you've slapped a mind label on? This exploration helps you realize that the mind is not some solid object, but a convenient tag we stick on a sequence of mental phenomena dancing through our awareness. Next, observing your thoughts. So now just sit back and watch your thoughts like a spectator at a tennis match. See how they pop up and fade away. Question their origin. Do these thoughts zip in from outside my awareness? Or do these thoughts bubble up from within it? You begin to see that thoughts are not alien invaders coming inside your awareness. They're homegrown products that sprout, swirl, and dissolve right back into the awareness from which they emerged. Now to the next one. just ponder over the idea of brain waves. You know, those alpha waves, beta waves, they are just brain chatter quantified, right? But can you directly feel these waves, or are they known through the, tingles they send across your scalp, or are they measured by nifty gadgets, proper scientific instruments? This helps you realize that even the most scientific snapshots of your mental state are still frames captured within the expansive cinema of your awareness. You do not directly experience brainwaves. They are simply a concept. Next, let's look at memories. Recall a memory. Maybe it's with your loved one. Now, does this memory live on its own somewhere, or does it only flicker to life in the spotlight of your current awareness? This helps you notice that memories aren't items just shelved away in some brainy library, but are reactivated patterns of thought arising within awareness when you recall. Next, just chew on this. Isn't the very idea of the mind just another thought? Without the mental gymnastics of thinking about the mind, without all of these mental gymnastics, does it actually exist independently? Recognizing that the mind is just another performer on the stage of your thoughts shows you that it's not separate from the awareness hosting the show. You can see that it's just another concept. By recognizing that the concept of the mind only exists when thought about, you see that the mind itself is a phenomenon manifesting within the broader expanse of your awareness, not apart from it. Now, next, looking at the mind as a manifestation, right? So when you're gripped by a strong emotion of, let's say, loneliness or abandonment or not enoughness or a sticky thought, just pause and ask, who is noticing this? What is aware of this abandoned thought or feeling? This helps you redirect your focus from getting tangled in the narrative of your emotions to realizing that all such dramas are screened within the theater of your awareness, where everything, including your thoughts and emotions, is simply unveiled and observed. So you shift from being caught up in these narratives of distress to recognizing that all such content, right? All of this content, whatever it is known by awareness. This awareness is where all manifestations, including thoughts and emotions, occur and are known. So, embarking on these pointers isn't just an intellectual exercise, not at all. It's about aligning with the truth that you and your desires are not two. And we're doing this without trying to getting you to believe in it. You're just noticing this as the truth. Because now you're going from seeking to being, where every loving interaction is a reflection of your unified state of existence. Did you see? You didn't have to believe any of this. You were just noticing. You were following the questions. So think of the mind not as the boss of the boardroom, but more like the intern. Keen, bustling, but not calling the shots. These pointers are not just tips, they're your roadmap to discovering that what we often salute as the mind, with all its grand plans and memories, is not the CEO of our being. Instead, it's more like a kaleidoscope of thoughts, sensations, and memories that flicker through the vast cinema of your awareness. It's like, think of it this way: the mind as clouds spread across the sky of your awareness. These clouds, which are your thoughts and feelings, they morph, change, and drift, forming fleeting shapes that quickly dissolve as they form, without any concrete substance. So the mind then is not the steadfast captain steering the ship of your experiences. It's more like the ever-changing weather patterns that you observe. This realization tilts the playing field, right? Recognizing the mind as just another phenomenon fluttering through the greater canopy of awareness strips it of any ultimate authority over you or me. We fall into the trap of thinking that we are our thoughts, or that our emotions are the sum total of who we are. But this is just the mind's trickery, a mirage in our mental desert. So again, just imagine your thoughts and mental images as the busy background noise at a bustling cafe, for instance. You're at a coffee shop and all of these things are happening. So you notice these thoughts, but it doesn't define your conversation. This is the revelation that your true nature is not the fleeting thoughts about your relationship, the worries about being loved or unloved, or the what ifs that haunt your mind. It's the unchanging, ever-present awareness in which these thoughts occur. Serene and unbothered, nonchalant. That is what your true nature is. So as you step into this understanding, you see the mind's influence for what it is. Helpful at times, but fundamentally just part of the scenery that decorates the vast landscape of your awareness. So it's like realizing the steering wheel does not control the car on its own. It's just one part of a bigger mechanism guided by your hands. So this shift in perception is not about being intellectual. No. It's really seeing clearly through the questions I asked earlier. It turns the so-called power of the mind into a friend, not a dictator. And you realize that the mind truly does not have any power. By standing back and observing your thoughts as mere visitors, you gain a sense of peace and freedom. You're no longer in a tug of war with your emotions or caught up in romantic fantasies and one visualization after another, or one affirmation after another. Instead, you engage with them from a place of clarity, from a place of already knowing that you're detached. The detachment is your true nature already. So recognizing that trying to use one manifestation that does not create another manifestation. Just recognize this, because otherwise it's like trying to catch sunlight with a net. And realize that all of your manifestation, peace, love, and success, they stem from your awareness. They are not crafted anew, but are already humming within the quiet buzz of your true self. So one manifestation cannot cause or create another manifestation. So stepping your role into the role of a creator of your romantic reality is not about exerting force or weaving illusions. It's about sinking into the deep waters of your own boundless awareness. Here, manifestation shifts from an act of doing to a natural act of being, because there's nothing scary now. There's nothing missing. Each moment then unfolds not as a strained attempt at creation, but as a graceful expression of your inherent essence. So in loving relationships, as in life, we aren't so much creating as we are realizing and resting with the aspects of our relationships that already exist within our expansive awareness. So this resting in our true nature allows us to manifest love, not by forging it, but by acknowledging and living it through our conscious presence. By returning to this often using the questions I've given above earlier in this video. So you don't have to be scared, upset, threatened by things like your thoughts, whatever is going on in your mind, because all of those are simply manifestations. A manifestation cannot create another manifestation. No more than a tree can manifest your ideal relationship. No more than a mountain or the house next door can manifest the relationship, the success you desire. You see how it's easy to see through the mindlessness of it all? How that we don't need to be falling for the concepts of the mind or the concepts of what somebody else on YouTube has said, no matter how many comments or how many times it's been shared. That doesn't matter. All of this is easily verifiable, and you can verify it from your own first-hand experience through my guided pauses, which is what I mentioned in this video. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below.